we go. That's a decent fish. All right, so my fishing buddy, first couple days in the Smoky Mountain trip is Lawrence from 706 Fly Guy. So Lawrence, tell us what you hope to get out of the first couple of days here.
Well, thanks again, honestly,
thanks
for inviting me up here. But no, I want to learn from you on these small creeks. I watch your videos and they're really good and educational.
Yeah.
And honestly, you catch fish, so I want to learn to catch them and then just have a really good time. So
yeah, well, great. I hope we do that. And it's I'm looking forward to the next couple of days.
Yeah, me too. Thanks.
We are parked at the Porters Creek trailhead. Going to hike it up, maybe a mile or two up to the footbridge, fish that section there. This is pretty small water. I expect it's mostly rainbow water, but if we get high enough, we might find some brook trout. We'll see in a little bit. Weather today is looking great. It's low 60s right now, but it's supposed to get up to the mid 70s and sunny, so could be a fun dry fly day. So I'm fishing lightweight today, 7.5 foot 2-weight. Probably start with dry flies, and if I have any luck with it, I'll keep fishing them. And we're going to be wet wading today, so don't even need to rig up yet. Just grab my rod and pack and start the hike. All right, we are approaching the footbridge on Porters Creek after about a 1.5 mile walk from the trailhead. This is some really beautiful water. Still with Lawrence. I think we're going to put in right here, fish this area for a couple of hours. Looks pretty cool. It's mid-morning, still a little bit chilly, but we are wet wading. But that's all right, it's gonna be a blast. So let's cross this bridge and see if we can't go find some water to fish. All right, this is probably loud, but got some beautiful pools right here. Can you see that? Let me stand up higher here. I'm gonna get something out of that pool. I can feel it, maybe even down here. So I didn't get anything at the big pool, the base of the footbridge, but I did just get a decent, maybe almost 7-incher right here under this little log, and didn't have the camera running. But I see another pool right up there, so this one looks pretty good. Hope we hit that one. So here's what I'm talking about. You can fish this little chute right here on the other side of those rocks, other side of this rock, but I think the money area is right up there. It's a little bit deeper, so we'll definitely get to that in just a second. So I'll give this spot a few drifts before moving on up there. Couple drifts just in front of that rock right there. Maybe those submerged rocks on the far side. All right, let's go up here to the better looking water. There we go. Little guy here. All right, he's off. Just the same. Fun little take though. We'll keep fishing this one. It's a big enough hole, could be multiple fish. There we go. Oh, look at that jumper. He got off. But that was a pretty cool little take and a fight there for 10 seconds, if that. So I got the 2 hookups right here in this pool, but this one looks better. Little faster water. Don't have to be as delicate, but you know, still got to get a good drift. There we go. Come on, buddy. Quick look at him. Maybe 6 inches. Maybe 5. All right, get on back in there, little guy. All right, another beautiful looking pool up here. Let's get to it. Ooh. we go. Oh, a nice jumper too. 3 jumps. 4. All right, he's off. All the same, didn't have to handle him, but he looked like a 7, maybe even 8 incher. That was a fun fish. There was a little take right there. And I am fishing this spot. I'm on a log, 8 feet above the creek. If I hook anything, I'm probably not gonna really try to land him. I'll just give him slack and let him get off. I mean, unless it's a 9 or 10 inch trophy, then I'll scamper down there and try to land him. Just saw the first yellow Sally stonefly. That was pretty cool. Wasn't really expecting to see any of those out here. Probably a size 14, he wasn't tiny, maybe a 16. All right, now I got a nice looking pool up here. Another big one that's gonna be pretty easy to fish. Oh yeah, got some nice rocks to stand on. Can fish the back half of this pool first. Not likely to find anything this far back. I think most likely up toward the head of it, but I will start back here and give it a shot. Whoa, that was a take. Wasn't really expecting it. This pool's kind of deep right there and not moving that fast. So I wasn't really expecting a fish to come up in 4 feet of water with the fly moving this slow, but one did. Must be pretty hungry, because that is not a great looking drift right there. Oh, look at that. That might have been the same guy. It was maybe 6 inches. I'll bet it was the same guy. But pretty cool take. Now I am finding some fish in little runs like this. Nothing big, but you know, haven't found anything big all day, and I probably won't. But the challenge is to just get the right fly and a good drift down through there. And if there's a fish in there, get him to come up and try to eat it. That's the fun part. Whether you hook and land him, you know, that's nice, but the fun of this is just the challenge of the hunt. Even that pool right there could be something sitting in there. And can I get a good drift down through it? That wasn't it, but maybe this one. There we go. There was one in there. Another little one, still fun. Fun to watch him come up and try to eat it. Now this kind of water is about the most fun small water fishing you can do. Fairly technical, kind of challenging. Not real high probability. But you see this little pool right here. It's tough to get your dry fly in there and good drift. Same thing over here on this side. But if you can get a fly in there and fool them, it is that's a win. Oh, there we go. Look at that guy. That was a fun one. Is he going to come off easily? Oh. That's about it. That's about what I've been getting today. But they are a lot of fun. Oh my goodness. So I just took my lunch break and Lawrence had to head off back to Georgia. Now I thought about heading over to Ramsey Prong back to the Forks and hiking up there and fishing that, but the parking lot has filled up, so I don't know if I can find a parking spot there, so I don't want to leave and lose my parking spot. So I think I might fish a couple hours this afternoon, stay here on Porter's Creek, just go hit the trail and then wade it upstream. The weather still looks great. Want to keep fishing dry fly, so let's go get on the water. All right, this pool has some potential, and I just saw a fish rise. First rise I've seen all day. It's early afternoon now. Shouldn't be too hard to fish, but I do need to come up here and take a knee because I got a tree up above me. And I'm gonna have to get some 20-foot casts out there. But it's possible, and I can do it. I can get a cast up in there. Okay, that's close to where he was, but I need to go a little farther. Ah, there's the tape. He may not come back for it. There he is. All right, he's not huge, but fun fish. All right, his takes and splashes were a lot bigger than he looked. Now this side of the pool is a little deeper than I thought. Not a lot of structure on the bottom, so I think I might have the most luck up toward the head of it. Still throwing this 18 yellow palmer. That water where it just landed is, way deep. Looks like 7 or 8 feet deep. So I'm gonna need to go up there closer to those big rocks, which is about 50 feet out there. I'll fish these on the left and then go over there on the right in just a second. Okay, that's a good drift. I like that one. There we go. And there he is. That's a decent fish. Probably 7, which is, you know, kind of nice for this little creek. Yeah, there we go. Pretty little rainbow here. Get that little yellow palmer out of him. All right, get on back there, buddy. So when I'm fishing small water like this, even dry fly fishing, don't skip spots like this. Sometimes, and even today, I've had them come up in pretty fast water like this for it. Oh, that was a solid fish right there. Very solid. 8 or 9 inches. I'm not sure if you saw that. If you could, I will look at the footage and I will rewind it in slow motion if it was on camera. Well, it was a decent morning and early afternoon on Porter's Creek, but the cool thing about staying in Cosby is I can stop at Greenbrier on the way back to the cabin and fish the Little Pigeon. So that's where I am now. It's about 4 o'clock, so I can get a couple hours in here before dinner time. Did put the waders on because this is a little bit bigger water and a little deeper. Still fishing dry flies. Haven't seen any bugs in the air over here, but you know, we'll give it a shot, see if we can't get any to come up for it. All right, we got a little guy here. This is a chub. Whoa, look at that. That is pretty cool. This guy, that's not blood on him. That is I forget what these are called, but it is got that red right there on his gill. He's got red on that top fin and red on that fin. But that is a pretty cool looking shiner. All right, get on back in there, buddy. Now I like this kind of water. It's pretty easy to fool them in here if you have any sitting down in here. You know, there's not always fish in every slot you see, but it's not that hard to fish it. Just get your little drift down through there. Don't even have to be too stealthy. That water's kind of fast enough that I can get pretty close. There we go. That's an all right fish. It's in that fast water. Ooh, where are you going, buddy? All right, we'll put this guy in the net. Not huge, but a lot of beautiful colors on this guy. There we go, look at that. Pretty red, got a little scuff mark on him, but he's all right. So this kind of water has been fishing pretty well. Not real deep, moderately fast and a little bit broken on top, so I can kind of get out here pretty close. Well, I did have to change my fly. I wasn't really able to see that March brown too much anymore, so I put on a snowshoe hair caddis. This thing looks like a cotton ball floating down through there, but I can see it. Hopefully the fish can too. And there we go. Oh, and that guy's off. He was okay. Wasn't huge, but maybe 8 plus. I don't know. Look at that. All right, where is he going? Oh, he went downstream on me. Let's get this guy in the net real quick. All right, that was a fun take. Not a big fish, but you know, haven't gotten a big one yet today. There we go, another pretty little rainbow. All right, get on back in there, little guy. So more semi-fast, not too deep water that this snowshoe hares caddis should do okay in. And there's another one. That's decent. And a jumper. Oh, pretty rainbow too. Let's get this guy in the net. All right, is that number 3 on the snowshoe hare caddis? Yeah, not big, but you know, I might call him 8. All right, get on back in there, buddy. Well, it has been a fun couple of hours on a little pigeon. Not sure how many I got, maybe 8 or so. None of them very big, but a couple of them were pretty fun. Now I got about 6:30, got about a half an hour hike back to the truck, so I better get going or I'll be hiking in the dark in bear country. That won't be fun. So, we'll see you tomorrow.